It is key that B2B leaders take the time to set up audio and video for virtual podcast interviews, as the content generated in that conversation can be leveraged for the company's marketing and personal branding efforts. Podcasts are a great opportunity to create long-form content that can then be transformed into several pieces of short-form content. In other words, if your podcast interview lasts for, let's say, 30 minutes, you can make a 30-minute video, but you will also be able to make 2 to 5 short videos of about 6 minutes each. By doing so, you'll be able to create at least 5 pieces of content from just one interview. These can be then distributed across your website and social media channels so that more people get access to the value you provided in the interview, which will likely increase the people that know you, like you, and trust you. And this will turn into revenue growth. But in order for that content to be impactful, you want to make sure that the content is of the highest quality. You don't need to prepare for the questions because you're already an expert in your niche. The product is good. We need to focus on the packaging. It is no secret that between two products of equal quality, the one which has better packaging will likely be able to command better pricing. For better or worse, packaging affects how we perceive the quality and value of the products we consume. In the case of the content created from your podcast interview, the audio and the video quality are the package. In this video, we will share with you some steps you can take to make sure you maximize the audio and video quality of your podcast interview or any videos that you record. Preparing the audio for your podcast interview. Audio quality is key, and it doesn't need to be complicated. If you already have a high quality microphone, that's great. If not, it's recommended that you at least use some headphones that have a microphone. If you're only recording voice, then any type of headphones that have a microphone will do. But if you're also recording video, you might want to reconsider that. As a CEO, as a B2B executive, you don't want to look like a guy in a call center or like a gamer. Those headsets that have like an external microphone don't necessarily look professional. Same with the bulky gamer-like headsets. Worst case scenario, rely on your smartphone's generic earbuds. The cable will still be in the middle of the video, but that's better than the other options. The best case scenario is to have Bluetooth earbuds. If you have Apple devices, it's likely like the AirPods Pro are a great option. If you, like me, refuse to be inducted into the Apple cult, you can rely on the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus. This will look professional, which goes in line with your brand as a thought leader, and the minimalistic design of these earbuds will not interfere with the video recording. Preparing the video for your podcast interview. How to set up your camera for your podcast interview. If you're also recording the video, and you should, you might also want to make sure it's the highest quality possible. If your laptop has a decent camera, that might be enough. If not, you might want to buy an external camera. Another option, if you want to add dynamism to the video, and your video producers will appreciate this, you might want to set up another camera, which can be your phone, and you set it on a different angle so that you can create that documentary effect when producing the video. You will likely need a tripod to be able to do so, and in our blog or the description section of this video, you can find links to the ones we recommend. The key to syncing up all the audio and video is to make a loud and distinct sound at the beginning of the recording, kind of like a clap. This is why they yell action and make a noise with a clapperboard when recording movies. And your production team will appreciate this. Then you gotta focus on the lighting setup for your podcast interview. If you've decided to record a video, you might wanna make sure the lighting is right. If not, the video might end up not being high quality, which might lead you to not being able either to leverage the content or not look good when you share the content. If you have natural light, that's great. This will likely happen if you have a window in front of your desk. Yet, if it gets cloudy or if you're recording the interview at a time when the sun is not out, you will not get proper lighting. The best option then is to have a couple of softbox studio lights. The best part is you can also leverage these lights for your virtual meetings. In my case, they are part of my day-to-day office setup. The lights are just next to my office desk, and then and I never moved them. I just turn them on and when I'm recording or having a meeting, and off when it's not necessary. Background setup for your podcast interview. It's important that you make sure your background goes in line with the message you want to send, with who you are as a leader, and with your reputation. It's clear when somebody has taken the time to think about their audience and the impact the visual elements of a video can have on their perception. As the world transitions to more working from home time, it's important to take time to set up an appropriate office background, such as the one that you see in this video. Many have resorted to using the background feature that the virtual meeting apps offer, yet this is not always the best option for high visual quality. In the worst case scenario, you should at least set up your office in a way that there is just a blank wall behind you. This will be the least distracting. If you can have something that relates to your personal brand, add that as well. You will often find bookshelves in the background of these podcast interviews because, as we all know, leaders are readers. Another option is to have some art or items that go in line with your values or show a bit more about your personality. If you want to learn more about how to make decisions about the background for your videos, colors, and other creative elements of your personal brand, you might want to check our article about the personal brand discovery process. There you'll find some insights that will help you make decisions about those topics. Troubleshooting when audio is not working during the virtual meeting. Since we often have to jump from platform to platform for the different virtual meetings and podcasts, it's likely that you've encountered some problems with the audio. Sometimes you can hear the other person and they can hear you, or vice versa. When trying to connect external devices such as the microphones we talked about, like cameras, microphones, headphones, the likelihood of these challenges happening increases. One easy way to fix is to head over to the settings of the platform, which usually has either 3 dots to the right or a cog icon, and make sure you have the right devices for audio and microphone. You might have several options there, but after some trial and error, you should be able to get it right. Having a great podcast interview. Having a great podcast interview is not just about the quality of the questions and the answers. This is a competitive space, and it's in your interest to maximize as many elements as possible. Making sure your audio and video is as good as it could be the key factor that makes people in your ideal audience decide to listen to your interview instead of other similar ones. Also, the quality of your video and audio will play an important role in how much reach and engagement the content will have when you distribute your video across your website and across the different social media channels. Here's a summary of the elements we've covered in this video related to how you can leverage video and audio to do great podcast interviews. For the audio, get the AirPods or the Samsung Galaxy Buds. For video, consider setting up an additional camera from a different angle, which could be a phone, and get a tripod, a desk tripod or a regular tripod. Also get a couple of softbox studio lights, set up a good background, and be ready to troubleshoot, trying different audio microphone devices until it works. This can usually be done in the settings, which is the gear icon or the 3 dots icon. If there's anything else we didn't cover that you'd like to know about, feel free to leave a question or suggestion in the comments section. If you're watching this because you'll be a guest in our podcast, feel free to get in touch with our podcast manager if you have any questions.